Watch fit
Watch
release
fatigue.
fatigue release
Washed
fatigue.
out.
No,
It,
because it's not it's like I still like the watches. I'm not tired of watches.
uh-huh.
Not there yet. I just the releases, the number of them, the
Hmm.
frequency, that's what I'm tired. That's I grow wary of the release calendar.
Yeah, and line extensions, which aren't
The
really
line
releases at
extensions,
all.
yes.
Stop extending your lines.
No, like,
I
you can
think.
extend the lines, but, like, do it in a reasonable manner,
Uh-huh.
like, put you don't need to put all the colors up front, but, like,
Uh-huh.
don't make blue a line extension. That should just be one of the ones if you were gonna make it. Put it up there in the along with black and
At the
silver and
start.
all of that. Yeah. Or at least do something else with the different color ones or group them all together or I don't know, spend more time trying to sell us the ones you just made last week before we move on to new ones, Just
Rather than death by
yeah,
line
let
extension.
us digest it a little bit. It's like if
An
I was like,
aperitif.
"Hi, sir, can
An
I tell you our
amuse-bouche.
specials? Can I tell you our specials for the evening?" And then I give you 15 dishes. By the 3rd, you're like, "Wait, oh, okay, where's this going?" And then by the 12th, you're like, "I forgot the 3rd." So,
Yeah, go
I th
back to the beginning.
yeah, yeah, a little more digestible, but we can't
Do you,
say that we don't have choice, so I guess that's all good for buyers and collectors.
Ariel was just returned from Dubai Watch Week. Should we, in fact, have a watch event dedicated to line extensions? Should it be here is
That's
line
every
extent
event.
like February? Because okay, so
Look, somebody
what?
asked me while
Mhm.
there, they're like, Ariel, are you tired of watches yet? I was like, no. And I think I actually have some weird superpower because I can take an infinite number of new watches. I don't think that many of
Finish
them are good,
absorb watches.
but I think what Ripley needs to do is compose a song that is basically something like, all you want for Christmas is no more new watches. Like no new watches for the end of the year.
You know the
Well,
Maybe
L.
have it crooner style. I don't know, but
I can get more let's be clear, I don't wanna necessarily put that into the world. I want more new watches. I don't want there to be more new watches.
Okay, so you
I just
want
want
new
more of the ones
watches,
that already exist.
look,
right?
the
I'm
the watch
confused already.
industry has this weird thing where they do things they don't even want to do. I mean, we just had, I believe, Mark Hayek from Swatch Group,
Mhm.
complain about his own group raising prices at brands like Omega and such. It's like the industry knows they have these bad habits, but they just can't help themselves. It's like they're
Mm.
weird drug addicts and they're like, they see their siblings and their friends like all addicted to these things, and sometimes they enable one another. None of them ever go to rehab. I mean, these are just bad habits that the industry, enough of it, can't seem to stop doing. It's there's help. Maybe there's new watch rehab. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
but let's try to provide that for them.
Is
Well,
there an industry that should provide an intervention to the watch industry to assist this? Like, should the car industry step in and say, we're staging an intervention here?
Arizona iced tea and skateboards, the 2 things that haven't increased in price in, like, 25 plus years.
All right,
Arizona
okay.
iced tea is still about, 99 cents and a skate
Even
good
at the brands, they don't care about the new release. It's hilarious. There's so many new releases. They neither care nor
Uh-huh.
remember. It's just one new release to the next. And look, it's not even a joke. The problem is this. Consumers miss out, as you say. I routinely wear watches on my wrist that I think people should know about, and
Mm.
they have no clue. And I'm realizing, but that came out a while ago. How do you not know? And I realize it's like an assault rifle of new watches all the time. Most of these bullets are not even hitting.
Yeah,
well,
what we need is
and
a
the
good
thing with
gun
Omega
metaphor for this.
the thing
Yeah.
with Omega is it kinda changes its identity as a brand, its new
Mm.
price bracket versus where it was even, like, 10 years ago. A lot of people were at least here, it's like, "Oh, it's the thinking man's Rolex." It's a watch that throughout history
It's
has always been on par, but it was more modestly priced, it was
go on.
easier to get, there was less hype, it wasn't such an obvious choice. They had a more extensive catalog to get kind of more interesting things. They
Mhm.
had weirder, more interesting partnerships. But it was tangibly a less expensive watch,
Mm.
especially if you went pre-owned. Because largely a lot of that was the retail prices were reasonable. But the Speedmaster is a different beast than it was like 10, 15 years ago in terms of a price point perspective. And that changes Omega as a brand. Right now, when a steel sports watch is like $8,000 or so, that's now firm luxury territory. You're up there with everything else. And I'm not saying Omega's not deserving of it, but it does change the brand's identity. And, I really like Omega as a brand, but this isn't a brand I can collect anymore. It
They're
was
just
kind
so
of,
hooked on price increases. We got to get them off of it.
yeah, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to buy your watches. I still like a lot of them, but like, the solid gold Speedmaster is not what I'm gonna be buying.
It's the
It
what
it
were
starts
they
with a little.
thinking?
They
or
do
what?
just a little bit. They take a little hit of price increase, but then they get hooked so fast. They just keep doing more and more and more.
They
I mean, they're
love
gonna end
a
up
good
in the
price
gutter one
increase.
day.
Well, because I mean, I can understand for like Hayek talking about the price and complaining about the price as a brand. Like if you put me in close relation to Swatch Group, and that was a brand that I has historically recommended to people who wanted to get themselves like a good, real, respectable watch, but didn't want to like go crazy with it. Not necessarily even an enthusiast. It's now kind of in that enthusiast rich guy territory where it's like 5 figures, to get maybe the one you want. So that's a very different brand than the one where it was almost more like Tudor prices, a little bit higher, where you're like, yeah, you could recommend that to a coworker and have them not be like, dude, that's a car type of thing.
What
That's
about a country song where someone sings, "I remember when I used to be able to afford an Omega," or "Omega, why can't I afford you anymore?" Or
Oh,
some variation on this.
that sounds like a job
just
for
a song in the Swiss
ChatGPT.
countryside.
Yeah, just like I know American country, full on. Like I remember when I used to be able to afford Omega. I mean, make it rhyme somehow. I'm clearly not the lyricist here, but I think it's a
Okay.
good theme for a fake country song.
Shout out to our WhatsApp song creator. It's time to create that country song sung on a
About when
Swiss
you used to be
alpine
able to
hill
afford that Omega.
about when you used to be able to afford stuff. Yeah, sitting on the hood. What kind of car? You need to like be sitting on the hood of some electric car in Switzerland doing exactly the speed limit.
Maybe like a Volvo. It's like
A
back
Volvo.
when Volvo drivers could buy Omegas. Remember back then?
Hey, I buy Volvos. Mind you, I also buy Omegas. So there you go. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's true. So, which brand, Ari, we'll dive a bit into Dubai Watch Week. I've promised David will not talk about Omega. I've promised him that he can have that rant about the
We're
new
giving them
Planet
way too
Ocean
much time. It's true.
all to himself. So he's prepared. He's actually taken the week off this week so that he can center himself and prepare his
Does he
Omega
not
rant
like the
for
Planet
the week's
Ocean?
time.
I think that's a healthy update for it.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't.
tell you what I
It's
didn't see a
not. I'm
lot of
sorry.
at Dubai Watch
It's
Week is
not a Planet
Omegas.
Ocean. It's not a Planet Ocean. It's only they've removed the one thing that made it different from every other. Well, it's just it might as well just be a 300, only with a bit more water resistance. It's not a Planet Ocean. It's not got a Helium escape valve. It needs Helium escape valve. It's not a Planet Ocean. That's my
Right now,
rant. But we'll save for
for
David.
Omega right now, they can't win. Some people are like,
No, they can't win.
Get rid
And
of
they
the
need to
valves, get rid
accept
of the
that.
valves. They're like, okay, we're gonna get rid of the valve. And now you're like,
So
it needs the valve.
I needs the
You
valve.
can't get rid of something and increase the price. I think that's the problem.
All right, okay, that's fair enough. Right, well, we'll save the full on Omega rant
Precious,
for David
precious
next
valve.
week.
We should talk about as well when
Mhm.
David gets here is the I guess it was the much ballyhooed interview that John Frederick Dufour of Rolex gave at Dubai Watch Week. We were there, so we were
Mhm.
during this talk, which was interesting. But what I found fascinating was like every news source on the planet wanted to read into every word he said like it was some scoop. And like maybe you saw like all these articles like Rolex CEOs, da 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 da. I was like, this was highly inflated.
There was a big one about, I don't know if it came from that, about Rolex CEO Bucherer is not a threat.
Yeah, this is what it's from.
And you wonder why they rarely give interviews. Come on, like you just quit dissecting it. Let them talk more freely.
Hilarious.
Rolex denies the moon landing and upsets Omega. It's a whole thing. It would just need them to come and say, yeah, see that moon landing? Not so sure. Not so sure, and Omega's Swatch Group share price dives as the Speedmaster becomes completely irrelevant and the moon story is completely debunked by the Rolex CEO. He didn't say that. I did say that.
That would make an amazing April Fool's.
Well, I think
Moon
we know
landing
what
debunked.
watch.
Omega
Omega
shares dive.
I think we know what watch we'll see in the new James
Speedmaster's thrown
Bond
to the
film.
ocean.
No, they don't need to be destroyed by being thrown into the ocean. Throw it into the sink. That'll
Oh,
destroy
that's right.
them.
That's right. I was being generous.
Go on, Ripley.
They'll go more into Bond, and we already we know the Planet Ocean will make an appearance in the new Bond
How about
films.
this Russian
so
propaganda to
disappointing.
convince people that James Bond went to the moon?
He
I'm
did
so
go to the
disappointed.
moon, I'm sure, in one of the
kids will
films at
believe it.
some point. You know,
Could you imagine though Bond wearing a Planet Ocean light, which is what this is? Like it's a dinky Planet Ocean. It's a Planet Ocean for people that can't handle the full 43.5 or 45 or whatever. The
Good thing
various
there's only about
iterations come in.
5 million unsold ones out there, and I'm not that exaggerating.
Are they going to produce a chronograph in the?
Oh, you could bet your ass
You
they
think
are.
so?
well, okay, so this one it was all about, hey, we made it thinner, and I think that's a good move for it. There was a pretty chunky watch, but if the chrono is just as
Make a
thick as
thin Aquaterra. That's what everybody wants to be
Chrono's
thin.
going to look horrific. The chrono is going to look horrible. It already looked a little bit shonky.
It's never looked good. I've loved some of the old Planet Ocean chronographs. Not one of them was ever.
There is
a
a
looker,
solid
okay?
gold. If I was going to ever buy a solid gold watch, there is a solid gold, very rarely seen Planet Ocean chronograph that Omega made that was solid gold that just
Very
looks
rarely
like
seen.
the most baller watch. In my opinion, none of this Rolex nonsense. If you're going to
Well,
buy a solid
Omega
gold
made some
watch,
bonkers Planet Oceans. There's a steel one with a full diamond set bezel, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. You know, who's the person who's like, 300 not enough water resistance. I want to go for the full beast, and then steel because I'm trying to keep this reasonably priced. But no, absolutely flood out the bezel.
Men
It's
in
a-
the desert.
It, but which desert? Like you
One's
know,
far away from bodies of water. You know, people that need this stuff.
This doesn't seem to be talking less about Omega, but there we go. Right, let's talk briefly about.
I did bring
Dubai
up
Watch Week.
Rolex CEO. You just
did-
brought it
you
right
did, but
back over.
Hey, I could have brought it right back to Panerai. We should have been on there. So, give us your impressions of Dubai Watch Week, then, Ariel.
It was
Hit miss, maybe.
fantastic.
Is it good?
We loved it.
Mm.
I think David will agree because we talked a little bit about this in our little video. It should be the destination. We saw an enormous amount of watch lovers out there. I saw Kevin, who was on the show a lot.
Yes.
There was a group of, I want to say about 45 guys from a San Francisco area, like Bay Area, like watch collectors group. All of them came. I saw a few of them a few months ago when I was up at Steven Silver, and like a bunch of them were there. They just came as a big group. So it's starting to become this mecca for enthusiasts. And I gotta say, compared to like Watches and Wonders, Dubai Watch Week is the clear winner. Going to Geneva for Watches and Wonders, paying whatever exorbitant fee it is to get in for the tickets, staying at the hotels, and then once you're there, the limited amount of watches you can see, Dubai Watch Week is by far the better investment if you actually want to go as an enthusiast. You're not in the industry. So I think that if you're a watch lover out there and you want to have like one show to like aspire to go to, I don't see any better alternative.
I think so. Do we think there's space for Dubai Watch Week to be annual rather than every 2 years?
No, don't do that to us.
Don't do that. Well, I was thinking we should make it a blog to watch week. We could take the off year. We'll just have it in a wee restaurant in Dubai. But we could do the off.
Why not in
Dubai.
Glasgow?
Well, Glasgow's fine, but the weather's
How
terrible.
big is your farm, Rick? Can't we convene?
Oh, actually, now there's a thought. Farm, a blog to watch, farm watch week. No, there's a farm. What can we do? Yes, there is room.
What exactly occurs during this week is my question.
It is. No, I mean, there's sheep to be sheared and cows to be milked. So
it sounds nice. Who's the host? No,
this is a watch summit.
We'll get the guy from GPHG to host it because
who's the guy?
I've no idea, but I don't imagine he gets very many other gigs the way that he manages.
It'll have to be Waco, who positions himself to be hired for every speaking gig while self-promoting himself.
Yes.
He gets hired to promote something, but he can't help but promote himself in the
But I'm
process
not
every
sure
time.
that we have access to the other things that Waco may need when performing at his maximum. I
What
don't think I have
at your
access to
farm
that.
you don't have those things? Like a
Don't have those
speaker?
things. Don't
Is that a
have those
different part of
things.
Scotland?
It's a different part of Scotland. There are streets. There are streets where that is available, but it's not available here. So yeah. Anyway, enough said.
There will be a
Yeah,
Lamborghini on premises. It's a
there
tractor.
will
but
be. It can officially be sponsored. We should get tractor brands to
Roger
sponsor it.
Dubuis. It can be the unseen sign of the partnership.
Exactly. Who knew that Roger Dewey also loves tractors?
That would actually that would be very off-brand for them, but I would
Okay.
love to see them do a tractor watch because they have that partnership with Lamborghini.
Yep.
But obviously it's a far cry from the world of glamorous sports cars
Yes.
they usually play with. But just small batch limited edition,
One
go
would be fine.
full out, and
Uh-huh.
do the tractor theme one because for the big Lamborghini collector, you probably have a tractor in the collection. If you've
Yes.
got like 8 supercars, from what you've told me, the tractor is relatively expensive compared to like a sports
It
car.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Yep. You can
I know
definitely
who could do this. It's not Roger Dubuis.
Oh, go on then.
It's Blanc Pan for the
Blanc
return to
Pan.
Lamborghini.
The return to
They used to do the Lamborghini watch. And
sounds
I
like
think those are
some
more
really bad
tractor-ish than anything
sci-fi
else.
franchise.
The vibe's right. The era's right. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So next year, a blog to watch. Watch week. Maybe watch afternoon. Watch
Still hasn't
watch
been doing watches.
afternoon. Yeah. I mean, let's face it. It doesn't actually have anything to do
How
with
about
watches.
this? When Ariel's not in
just come for a
Dubai in
meal.
November, he's shearing sheep in Scotland. That's basically what this
I
has turned
think
into.
I think that like they're always looking for laborers this time of year. If you
Is it
push
hard to
slight-
find help that time of year? That's why you need to recruit me. I mean,
Yeah,
you have to explain this.
If you push it into the kind of January, February time, you can be lambing instead. It's a dirty job, but it will certainly prove if your G-Shock is truly the toughest thing.
You know
there
that you
is.
can't even get someone to do this in part of the giveaway. You know, like our experience giveaway in December. Like
Oris.
people wouldn't even
Paradise latest giveaway.
It's got to be a little bit more of an attractive offer, you know?
Okay, so
The best thing you think to do in Scotland?
Oh, no, there's plenty of good things you could do in Scotland. Just most of them probably don't well, actually, some of them do. I mean, if we think Waco would host it, maybe a whiskey tour, that would be kind of a halfway house, if you pardon the expression. You could just go around drinking lots. We could do whiskey and watches. So at every distillery you go to, there's a different watch. That's an idea. I could
But
speak
you and
to
I don't
Tours
drink,
about
so
that.
what are we going to do?
We'll drive. We'll
We'll
drive the
drive?
Lamborghini.
That sounds
Yeah,
great.
The
Lamborghini tractor?
The Lamborghini. Well, no, we'll maybe get a real one for the day. But maybe that's it. It should be a watches and whiskey tour.
No, drag like a party bus with the tractor, and you can say ride in a Lamborghini.
Just stowed at the back. No, wait.
Well, we're the designated drivers in the bad Scottish weather.
I tell you what we'll do.
But it's a tractor, Ariel. Have you ever driven a Lamborghini tractor?
I've driven no tractor. I'd like to.
Never lived.
But only if it has one of those crane things that I can like dig up earth and destroy stuff with.
Yeah, that's not a tractor, that's a digger. But we've got 2 or 3 of them here as well. So yes.
Really?
Yeah. We've got a Caterpillar and 2 JCBs.
Yeah, nice.
Can you put an attachment onto a tractor that turns it into the thing with the front scoop?
Yes, I've got a bucket is the phrase you're looking for.
that front plow thing?
The front plow bucket thing, yes. Yes, you can put them in tractors.
Maybe try to offer some type of reward for anyone who can successfully merge a tractor farm day with watches, because I don't think we've quite figured that out.
I think there's 2 things we need to do. So for next week, I think we need to pick whiskey brands with watches is our watch you like, and tractor brands with watches, and then we'll see. I could probably convince some tractor brands to come to the farm and do demonstrations, and we just get a little marquee for each of the watch brands next to the part of the tractors next to the watch brands.
That would be visually entertaining. I mean, I have to say,
you would be surprised. You know, the farmer next door wears a very nice Milgauss. You know, the farmers. There's 2 farmer types. There's really poor farmers, and then there's the farmers driving Range Rovers that also wear Rolexes. So they'll come along. They'll be okay. So they'll come along and shop for a new tractor. That's, you know, the tractors are more expensive than most of the watches, so they've got the cash. So maybe there's a wee insight there.
The land dweller finds its natural
the
setting.
land dweller, yes, which
That
sponsored
kind
the
of is
whole
the
thing.
perfect tractor watch if you think
Yeah.
about it.
Okay, there we go. Right, let's
Field
so
dweller,
the field dweller. So let's.
farm dweller.
We were talking about Dubai Watch Week and got sidetracked.
We were.
As
That it all
usual.
comes back to agrarian culture for you.
Yes, or panorama.
No farmland near Dubai. Okay, FYI.
Yeah, golf courses. Golf courses need the grass cut. That's kind of farming. It's posh
I
farming.
haven't
Very
seen
posh
one out
farming.
there.
The dates,
posh
right?
farming.
They grow some of the things in
Yeah,
the palms.
They already have the date master. Okay.
The date master.
The date-
it's
the
just
date
dates.
test.
It's
Someone's
just
got that.
dates. So other highlights other than the rather weird that I watched a couple of horological forums that seem to overpromise and underdeliver largely. One in particular springs to mind. Other highlights, just meeting the people. Watch highlights.
Golden diamonds. For me, that's always the star of the show. A bunch
Right,
of like,
okay.
you know, I guess internet personalities tried to go there, and it's funny because it's very international. So it isn't
Mhm.
just the English speaking guys filming themselves everywhere. It's like in all
Yes.
the languages, and there's all these people like just holding phones and trying to be weird. And it's there was this group of people. I have no clue what stunt they were trying to pull. But they kept walking around with signs that said something like "no edits" or something like that. I had no idea what it was, but they were thinking
Almost
that
certainly
people
Andrew McCutcheon.
No, I think it was like copying what that was, but it wasn't that at all. Maybe
Okay.
who knows? Like, it was just so preposterous because
Uh-huh.
they thought that the entire place was their personal set, and they kept asking people like, "Oh, could you stop? We're filming here." And like, I clearly was just like, "No, screw you. I'm just walking through.
Walking
Get
right
your shot
through
on
you.
your own time."
You sure it wasn't Andrew McCutcheon?
No, he was there alone, so I knew it wasn't him. And if it, I look, here's the thing: people now in this industry, if you haven't noticed, are into copying one another. So that's happening a lot of the social media side as well. And this is what I love about the algorithm chasers is, of course, the algorithm never tells you what it wants. So rather than being original, now people are copying other people who they think figured it out. And so the slop just gets even richer.
We love the slop. Watch
Yeah.
slop. Good morning, Horo swag underscore swagger. David's not here to celebrate your underscore from Bangkok. So does Watches and Wonders have a problem developing? You can pay a load
Why?
of
They
money.
just get more and more brands. What kind of problem is that?
Well, I mean, with Dubai Watch Week,
It's
does
not
it?
exactly competition.
Well, is it becoming competition though? Dubai,
No.
well, Watches and Wonders is now doing all these public days where you pay for it as a way of funding the brands
It's a
getting some money
harebrained
back off you.
scheme. That's not successful. You kidding me?
Okay, fine. Okay, conversation over. Let's move on. Any other highlights from Dubai Watch Week? How was? Oh, we haven't done a blog to watch film review club. How was the flights? What did you watch? And was there any watch content?
I don't know. I saw mostly terrible things. I saw one movie on the way back, which is the Marvel Thunderbolts, which is probably the better of the movies I saw. But
Okay, we must have watched some
don't need to
pretty
talk about
crappy
the-
movies then.
yeah, I saw these movies I didn't know. I was like, I haven't heard of all these movies, and then I quickly learned why I didn't hear about them. But that's not the highlight of the 16-hour journey each way.
Okay.
There was plenty of watches in Dubai. I mean, I think the highlight is that the show just keeps getting better, demonstrates what watch hospitality is.
Mhm.
The thing for consumers that I think should be your bars, go to a place with lots of other watch collectors having a good time. People like that need to be some of the prime focus. Dubai Watch Week, like the industry people kind of come second. It's primarily a show for the public. And one of the best things about that is it's a great place to go wear your watch. You can wear your watch, you can have it be seen, people will compliment it. These are the types of, and I have a whole article about this, but these are the types of places that consumers want to go. So the watch industry wants to have a consumer, pleasant show. The whole focus is this a good place to come wear your watch? Watches and Wonders, no, because at the end of the day, it's not comfortable to be there. You can't see watches, and none of the industry people care about what you're wearing, like at all. Right? Watches and Wonders, you'll still you won't have that. Geneva watches, Dubai Watch Week. There's plenty of people that will notice whatever the hell you're wearing, high end, low end, it doesn't matter. It's a fun place to wear your watches.
Is it a bit like Avengers Assemble in that as you get closer and closer to Dubai, so more and more people with watches get on the plane? And you can say, "Oh, you're all going to Dubai Watch Week as well," because I can tell the the watch content from LAX to I don't know where you flew to. You didn't fly? Did you fly direct to Dubai?
Oh yeah.
All right, so you flew direct. So could you tell that there were other people on board that were clearly all geared up because the watch content of the flight itself was greater? There was less
Well,
ordering of the seconda from the back of the the back of the sales brochure on the plane.
not really, but within a few blocks of Dubai Watch Week, you can be like, there wouldn't normally be just Orworks walking around, okay? Like maybe in Dubai, but like it's still a bit uncommon. So
Oh, you've muted for some reason.
maybe not on the flight. There's still a
Mhm.
lot of people that go to Dubai as a hub for other places.
Yeah.
But it is, Emirates. It's in going to Dubai. It's not exactly an inexpensive flight, so you're
Yeah.
definitely going to see watches.
Cool. Right. Let's talk about some of the watches that I believe were involved at Dubai Watch Week. However, I have the wrong tab open, so you will need to excuse me. There we go. Let's go for this one first. Ripley one, you wrote up. Ariel, presumably you saw it. The H. Moser and C Streamliner Perpetual Moon Concept Meteorite watch doubles down on space-themed details. Discuss.
Well,
Or
it's
not.
a Moser Streamliner. First one to feature a moon phase. They've done this perpetual moon, so it's not a perpetual calendar. There's no date on it whatsoever. They've done it. It's a super accurate moon phase. It's like 1,000 something years before it'll drift by a day. They've done it before in a hand wind setup, and it had this weird little stubby in the Endeavor collection, I believe, and it had this weird little stubby fourth hand that was like an AM/PM indicator type of thing. They've gotten rid of that, which I think is a good move. They've put that complication into a self-winding setup into the Streamliner. It's stainless steel, like a gold plated or gold finished meteorite dial. But it's a time only watch with this cool big moon phase. Think it's quite nice, all things considered. It's not, something they've done before. That's a line extension. I mean, it's a line extension, but it's a completely new model. But like,
Still a line extension.
yeah, I like this. This is what Moser does well. Good complications and nice, interesting, clean designs.
Ariel, how were Moser getting on at Dubai Watch Week?
So I shot this watch. I wore it. I thought it was pretty nice. The Streamliner has sort of like gotten better and better in terms of the finishing. Years ago, I used to go to Moser and be like, every one of your crystals is just full of glare. And they looked at me. They just glared right back at me. Like I didn't know what I was talking about.
We like glare.
Slowly but surely over time, they've gotten less glare. I remember having this discussion. Ripley just scrolled by an image that really reminded me. And, you look at the watch in the marketing images and it has no glare. And I remember brands would try to be like, some people like glare. And I said, you know what? I don't care. This is what I do care about. I want the watch in real person to look somewhat like the watch in the picture you're sending out to everyone. Okay. There's no glare in these pictures. If there's glare in real life, that's a problem. If you think people love the glare, put all the glare you want in those pictures. Okay. And that shut them up really, really quick. This watch doesn't have that much glare. I agree that the word perpetual and concept need to be taken out because existing movement, so it's not a concept, and it's not perpetual. If this watch is allowed to have the word perpetual, then every single watch is allowed to have the word perpetual. Okay.
So, well, perpetual calendars, it's like every 2100. So, you get in like less than 3/4 of a century. This is like 1,000 years. So, this has technically more autonomy on its moon phase than a perpetual calendar.
How would you know?
I don't even like the word perpetual for calendar.
I mean, it's
Well, what
not
about
like perpetual.
eternity? The IW, no, eternal.
Eternal
like
calendar.
They just keep coming up with names.
Yes, do shut up. Stop using words that don't mean.
But the sad thing is it works because most consumers don't even know about all this stuff. And the prettier sounding the word, I guess the more flowery and emotional it sounds. Like maybe I learned this in law school, but you learn that there's certain words that mean nothing. Like in marketing, the word natural means nothing. People are like, oh, does that mean it's better?
Homemade.
It means absolutely zero. Zero. The opposite of that is what? Supernatural? Okay. It's not a ghost watch. It's not a ghost product. So brands in the watch industry are like brands everywhere else and will hyper use words that have high emotional arousal and very low legal meaning.
Ripley, have you ever felt emotionally aroused by a watch?
Oh, very emotionally
Oh,
aroused
yeah,
by
that's
many
why I run this
watches. Oh,
industry.
very emotionally aroused. Uh, I think it's an interesting thing because if I had this watch, I would probably rarely set the moon phase. They're kind of hard to set moon phases in general. I don't really need to know. I don't have to deal with a lot of werewolves, so the moon isn't that relevant in terms of my day-to-day life. Don't rely on moonlight or anything.
Mhm.
I like the way they look, and so a really, really accurate moon phase is kind of one of those things where it's like, I love that they did it from a technical standpoint, but this would if you gave me this watch, I'd wear it often, I'd love it, I'd keep the time set and when I'd wear it, but I'd never, like, pick it up and, like, set the moon phase or worry about the moon phase, really. Or I'd set
Mm.
it once, but if I was picking up in a hurry, I wouldn't like, let me make sure my super accurate moon phase is lined up for the next 1,072 years or
Did
whatever
you
it is.
see the Audemars Piguet robot watch setter thing for one of their watches?
Oh,
No.
yes.
Oh, is that the case thing?
Well, they've made a watch butler, I guess, like, kind of little watch box butler.
How
Oh
much does
dear.
this thing cost? Does anybody figure this out?
No, if they make me if they make me ask, I can show my shirt, which is the a blog to watch
I'm trying to
magenta
determine
bezel.
for how many years you can hire a human being to do this before this thing pays for itself.
Oh, right, okay. I'm not sure if it'll be on the.
Well, I
It'll
think
almost certainly not be on the
look, it's
website.
really funny that rather than making a movement that would be easier to set, it's like we're gonna create this elaborate thing that'll just set it itself.
Mm.
I
Called
mean, you should be able
GPS.
to do this in a better way. I just think it goes to show, um, how much they're trying to put energy in the wrong areas. But it makes for a good conversation piece. What's that box? Well, if you have this one really expensive watch, you can put it in this expensive toy to set it for you, and then just let the questions stem from that.
Okay, we're on the AP website. How many clicks till we find the watch box?
I don't even think it's there. My guess
Yeah,
is it's
probably
not even
not.
on their website.
Infinity clicks. It's a perpetual click. What's it on a Royal Oak? Playing the code 1159 is right in the front. How
I
earth
mean,
do you scroll this
what would the
website?
company even call it? Watchbox? Like, what are they going to call this
New
thing?
releases. The latest.
I will be
1159.
amazed if you find any information
I
on it.
don't think you're gonna find it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Past launches.
Oh, I saw that watch, the Cause one. Awful.
Is it?
It's really bad in person.
Stories. Could it be in the stories section of the AP website? I feel like we have some Dubai coverage.
So see that picture
Oh,
there?
is this
there,
it?
there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Hey, it is. It's
But
in
look,
the
that
news. It's in
picture
the
above
news
there?
section.
All right, all right.
Yeah, go. I'll go to the picture before. There we
So
go.
this was on a bunch of ads,
Mhm.
and the funny thing is, it said there's 150th anniversary, and this is the funny thing. This neither has a product nor an actual place you can visit. That little thing in front, that's not actually a place. And in
Okay.
Dubai, that's not where you could go. And there's no
Right.
actual product there. So I just think that was a hilariously bad ad.
So this thing doesn't exist. That makes it look like it's in front of.
Well, that's just the that's the building there, but that doesn't actually represent like a place you can go buy a watch. So this was a little structure, but it's just temporary.
Right, okay. And then the watch box, for those on the video, unveiling an innovative setting device better than the human finger.
Looks like a cup holder from a Lamborghini.
2 years after initiating a partnership with the Dubai Future Foundation, an intelligent
Glad they're hard
setting
at work
device-
solving the world's problems.
Yeah, 2 years. It's taken them 2 years to do this. Latest for
If this is Dubai's future, oh boy.
Dubai Future Labs. How is Dubai Future Labs shortened to DFF? There's only one F in
No, it's
Dubai,
Dubai
Future
Future
Labs.
Foundation.
All right, so it's Dubai Future. Oh, Dubai Future Foundation and Dubai Future Labs.
See, the
Okay,
difference
that's
between that and a
confused
lab
already.
is it's very well funded.
Yeah, it does look like a was it the Batmobile that opened like that? Remember the old Batmobile? Yeah, this just
You
looks,
know, if it's on their own
daft.
website, there's not going to be a price associated with it.
Yeah, let's
That's
How
to
see.
get
often
the
do you
lawn
need
let
to
busters.
service the setting device?
That's right. You need to service it more often than the watch. There is no information here whatsoever.
I would
Lucas
rather the
Raggy.
Dubai Future Foundation make an Audemars Piguet smartwatch. Is that too much to ask?
Is it too much to ask to just put
Yo,
some digital?
honestly, think
You see
about
the new Huawei smartwatch case, which is taken from an AP concept, by the way?
Was that right? No, I haven't
Oh
seen
yeah.
that.
I
No, very
think
good.
about they would move a lot of units if they did like a Royal Oak smartwatch.
Yeah, look at the new
Yeah.
Huawei, whatever it's called. Well, they're not allowed in America, but they're cool.
Hawaii, and they're not allowed from here because I can't spell. I get Hawaii, Hawaii. How do you spell Hawaii? Is it that? No, that's Hawaii. Yeah, somebody can send me a link. Right, let's talk about this bad
You
boy.
gave up. I love it.
I gave up. I'll ask ChatGPT. Hands-on debut: Zenith Defy Extreme Lapis Lazuli watch brings regal color, if you say so, to an aggressive design. It certainly is. What do we
It
think of
actually
this
looks like AI trying to
abomination?
make a watch. Not in a bad way, just in like I
No,
can't
not in a
tell
bad way.
what the dominant part is or design. There's just so much stuff.
Yeah.
It's like AI, make me a macho watch that costs a lot. It's like, oh, let me whip up something for you. Like if
Yeah,
I
but
didn't look closely, I'd say no, those hands and markers don't make any sense. They're just randomly put there.
exactly. I'm looking at it just to check that there's not like an extra marker there that does nothing, or the dial doesn't go to 65 for some random AI reason. This is horrible. What on earth are they doing? No?
I
I wouldn't
mean,
call it horrible. It's just it's the least cohesive watch I think I've seen from the brand in a long time.
yeah,
Okay,
they've
I'll
done
give
a
it
lot
that.
of weird stone things. I like that jungle one with like the tiger's eye stone pusher guards or
Mhm.
whatever that was in the again in extreme one of the extreme models. This isn't my favorite use of stone they've done. It's the least cohesive, but I like that they do this stuff. I don't hate this watch. If someone gave it to me, I'd wear it often, but of all of the this is this is a lot to take in. You know,
Okay.
that like this is a statement piece. It's a lot of different statements too, but like I don't hate it. It's just this is the least cohesive
Here's the problem.
Zenith, I'd
It's
agree.
anti-elegant. It's just anti-elegant.
Anti-elegant. And how much is it, do you think?
I don't know. It's got some gold in there. You look to the stars.
I have a mask. Yeah, so how much do you think? So guess the price of the Zenith.
Oh God, this could be 30,000, maybe a little less. I don't.
46.
Yeah,
Oh God, even more.
33,900 for a Zenith. Jinx. Jinx, that's expensive. I
It's
mean,
Speed
there's
just
not a
or
lot. When you say there's gold in this, there's like a little bit of gold. I don't understand.
but it is like 54 millimeters, so
what's
you know.
that theory where like everything converges towards crabs from an evolution standpoint or like
Is
that
that not
setup?
every conversation eventually devolves into calling one
Ooblo.
party Hitler?
Talking about
No.
Omega.
No, there's like a lot of, say what you will about Hublot and like people be like, oh, the designs are crazy, whatever. But like you're seeing a lot more Hublosity in a lot of other brands these days.
Yeah, but
Whether it's Zenith Tag, well,
yeah, but
obviously both of those are LVMH sibling companies,
this
but
is Hublot done really bad. Like if Hublot came up with this, not even they
The
would be.
Big Bang
Hublot would,
convergence theory.
yeah, Hublot would produce this watch.
Big
This is
Convergence.
everything. So everything in life converges to discussions about Hitler, Hublot, and something to do with crabs. Is that what we're saying?
Don't forget about
Draymond too, I
Omega. You
guess.
can't stop talking about it. We keep giving so much free marketing.
Okay, so that's the Zenith. Other because the show is going to be a bit shorter this week, and then we'll do a full. We'll have a bit. We'll make up for it next week because David will just have a half-hour rant about Omega. Tudor. This was.
Well, I got plenty to talk about.
Yeah, was this part of Dubai Watch Week? This Tudor release, or it just happened to happen
We
during
actually
Dubai Watch
didn't go to
Week?
the Tudor booth. They had one there.
Uh-huh.
So was Rolex. David and I never went into either of them.
Right. You're
Not
not
for
getting
any
invited back.
specific reason. Honestly, it's just I didn't feel the need to. There wasn't
Mhm.
any new Rolexes to see,
Mhm.
and I guess we're kind of like I'm sick of Rolex and Tudor. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but like I've been hearing about them for so long, and they don't do that much.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like they're there, they're popular. Tudor not as much, but there's a lot of Rolex around. That's like the least exciting thing for me is a Rolex at Dubai Watch Week. So I just kind of skipped it. I'll see them in Geneva where they live.
Where they live. So the thoughts on this Tudor 36mm?
Zero
Uh,
thoughts. It's
zero
funny.
thoughts.
Like, I
So
have no thoughts.
just beige thoughts, like the watch.
That's
Just beige.
Yeah, I
it
mean,
exists. It's fine. There's a place for it. It moves me in no way. It gives me zero emotions. None.
Zero vibes.
Zero emotions, which is hard. It's hard to make Ariel feel almost nothing.
Okay, if I tell you it's $3,800 for a 36mm Tudor, that give you any emotions?
Doesn't pluck the strings at all. Nothing. No vibrations.
Ariel, the unplugged, no vibrations. The anti-Beach Boys, considering it's filmed on a beach, the anti-Beach Boys watch is zero
There's
vibrations.
no water in that desert.
Ripley, any vibrations for you?
I like it. It made a lot of sense. So people like that 36 millimeter format for the Explorer style Rolex Tudor watches. They, clearly they liked it so much that Rolex themselves decided to bring back the 36 mil Explorer. And now, they offer it alongside the 40. They flirted around with the 39. Then they had the new Ranger, which had a larger format. There's a market for the people who buy Tudor obviously like vintage styling. That whole brand largely is kind of based in heritage styling. 36 mil makes sense. If you're gonna have one in black, why not do this color as well? It's good crowd pleaser. I haven't seen one of these in person. I almost can tell you without seeing it, it's gonna wear nicely. It's gonna be good value for, well made and all of that whatnot. These are just like everything they're doing these days. It's gonna be one of their in-house movements. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. This isn't exciting or anything, but this is one of those ones that will just sort of steadily move kind of units for them on a consistent scale. It's very approachable.
Okay, doke. So one time for one more watch, Ariel, some other Dubai releases, which you want to talk about: the Big Bang, the Ulysse Nardin, the
You
Girard
could talk about the Ur
Perigo,
Freak
the Ur Freak. Do
or
we
the
actually have
Tag
an art?
Heuer Monaco
Tag
split
Heuer.
seconds, the
Well,
Air,
let's
the
go
chronograph.
for the Tag Heuer then. The Tag Heuer Monaco split seconds chronograph Air 1 watch brings revolutionary case construction to a classic design. Discuss. Why is it called the Air 1 watch? Is it a collab? What does Air 1 mean?
I don't know. It sounds like shoes.
Yeah. Well, I like the Air Jordan ones. I like this watch too. I think it
So,
has to do with the fact that they've open worked and cut away the case and made it all airy.
why? What was
So
wrong with it?
let me explain the
Give me
case
a
here.
yeah.
Tag
Please do.
Heuer has. I think he's new. I hate if I say this. I'm like he's brand new. He's like I've been there for 5 years. He's new to me. He's he's their new head designer. He came from the car world, and he designed like a fake car. Like there's these pictures of it, and then he made a watch version of the car design, which is this. So this is a completely new case compared to the other one. It's way better in my opinion, way more interesting. It looks honestly in these pictures, it looks dumb as hell. But once you put it on, you're like, this is pretty cool. It looks so overdone and like it could be so super cheesy in person, just based on the marketing image. So I'm just being totally honest. Like I can see someone saying this and be like, Tag, why are you trying so hard? But in person, it's really, really cool. What's fascinating is that the titanium case is completely 3D printed titanium. Ironically, like a day before, Apple issued a rare press release about the Apple Watch, and Apple does not very often issue information about the Apple Watch. It is not a new product, talking about how their titanium cases are also 3D printed in a similar fashion. This is obviously far more expensive and more detailed. And I asked a simple question. It's like, okay, why 3D print it? And according to Tag Heuer, it's because the level of detail in the case, all the curves, all the little details and on the inside is nothing that you could ever CNC machine with even the most advanced machines today. So they 3D print the case. Of course, they finish it afterwards. There's these little, grill style sections and stuff like that in there. It's just a far more interesting watch. There's still one weak point. And I said this to them and they're like, okay, you're right. The weak point of this watch, find a dial shot or something like that, is the hands. It's this fantastically complicated 3-dimensional watch case. And it just has like yesterday's flat hour and minute hand on there.
Okay.
And I don't know, maybe you disagree. I know they're kind of Monaco-esque, but like they didn't follow any of the other Monaco stuff. Why did they
Yeah.
have to have these super flat, uninspired like hands? So super cool watch. The hands don't kill it. Much more interesting than the other split-second chronograph ones. Movement still made by Bochet. Awesome automotive sort of like personality to it, but you know those hands.
I mean, is it not just Tag trying to be Richard Mille with the Monaco? It's not just kind of got those sort of vibes. You know,
Everybody would
Max
love to
Verstappen,
charge that much money for a watch. Okay,
Max
so yes,
Verstappen sitting there going, why am
Well,
I
I
the
was
best
gonna
driver in the world,
say
but I
with
have to wear a
Tag,
Tag Heuer when everyone else is wearing Richard Milles? They say, don't worry about it, Max. We're about to build something that, from a distance, in a certain light, maybe in the dark of Vegas, looks a bit like a Richard
they'll
Mille.
think you have a Hublot square bang. No, this makes a lot of sense for Tag to do because you can't be the official timekeeper of Formula One and just only do like heritage designs.
Hmm.
The Monaco is one of their most recognizable models, but look at the Carrera. You've got very, very faithful vintage inspired Carreras, weird collaborations that iterate upon that platform. But then they also move the model along in like a totally separate parallel sub collection, basically, that gives you the modern Carreras that keep evolving and are very much modern watches. They don't really do that with the Monaco. They have the classic shape and then they do kind of crazy ones. But
Monaco V4. Let's not forget that.
yeah, but like this makes sense for them. And this also just
Totally.
is a cool watch. I like this.
Mhm.
If you get a lot of gunk on it, I have no idea how you're going to clean it, but I really like this. But I do agree the hands
I mean, is it actually
are.
water resistant at all? Because it looks like it's an entirely open case structure. Like the water just
No, it is.
floods
It is.
in.
It's all an
It's
illusion.
also all an illusion. I mean, the problem is it's a Monaco, and Monacos
Don't
suit
sell.
everybody.
I
Suit
know.
don't sell. Suit everybody right until the point that you actually put them on, and then they're terrible. Uh, so
No,
I
this is
don't know.
comfortable. This
Is it
isn't
actually
bad.
comfortable?
Yeah,
Right.
it's not
Okay.
bad.
Okay, well, on that bombshell, as somebody once said, Tag Heuer how much is this Tag Heuer Monaco that
Oh,
actually is comfortable?
it's
Yeah, $150,000.
Swiss francs.
Right. So it's Swiss francs. So
Some
30
more dollars.
examples. So yeah, they're not really going for mass production here, really, are they? Do you think they'll actually make 30? Do you think there really is
Oh
30
yeah.
buyers of
Easy.
$150,000?
It's pretty cool. And remember, they always take these VIPs to the races. They're in a good mood. They're like, whoa, which tag order do I want? No.
Mhm.
Okay, that one. That looks cool.
Yeah. I mean, how many of these are they giving to the Formula One team? I mean, if they
Five.
make 30, 10 of them are going to the
No.
Formula One team grandees, no?
They gotta
It's like,
earn that. They
Well,
gotta earn the Ratchapante.
maybe team principal Max,
uh-huh.
definitely not Yuki.
Yeah. What's Yuki wearing? The connected watch?
Oh, I mean, whatever
if
fits his wee wrist.
all right, okay, just echo. Okay, right.
Formula
Well,
One.
yeah. Okay. Well, there's still plenty more to talk about from Dubai Watch Week, and we will catch up with that next week when everyone is less jet lagged and David is back for a good old rant. So thank you for joining us this week. We will see you all again very